Rogers TV, the voice of college football, bringing you the best in discussion, debate, and analysis, regardless of team. But of course, we feature Miami on Wednesday night with Cam Underwood from State of the U. So you've got a number of ways in which you can contribute. That's, of course, by liking the videos, sharing the videos, and subscribing right here. And of course, you can participate in the chat and with the super chat as well. And of course, grab the Amazon link in the description section of any of the videos, and you do your Amazon shopping right there. Doesn't cost you an extra penny, but you help build the channel. I am amused by the argument in the live chat concerning, first, number of national championships and relevance of national championships between Miami and Texas. And then the secondary argument, Cam, being when modern football started. So I always love this, regardless of sport or level of sport, NFL, college football. When did modern NFL, when did modern college football start? And being an old guy, I'm thinking black and white film versus this. And I think the most legitimate division of the two games, meaning modern from pre-modern, would be integration of the black athlete. That's the obvious change in the game, not whether they were wearing leather helmets or whether, you know, because you were born in 1965, you think about 1975 when you started to watch. No, everybody has their own time reference, but that's the only true reference to the talent on the field. Open our eyes, look, 75% of the kids. Well, once we get to the NFL, it certainly shoots up. There are a lot more white athletes on the field in college football, but I don't know what the exact percentages are. But we know that it's a sport that's driven largely by the black athlete. And so I find it funny that some are arguing that 1998, because it was the first year of the BCS, was the first year of modern football. And then I also have 1980 as kind of an arbitrary year. Why 1980? And so I don't know if you have anything to add there, Cam.
No, it's absolutely integration.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it absolutely is. I don't know how you can think or argue otherwise. If you look at the NFL Hall of Fame, you see all of these guys who went to HBCUs, who are in the Hall of Fame, and there are plenty of them. I urge you to go look. They didn't go to HBCUs to spite other institutions. They went there because that's the only place that they could go. And I mean, if you look at LSU, for an example, they were not the biggest, best team in the state of Louisiana. You know who was? Grambling State University, coached by Eddie Robinson. Because all those guys from all these places that are going to LSU now, Ascension, Gonzales, Alabama, Nacogdoches, all these places, they couldn't go to LSU. Couldn't. So they went to Grambling, or they went to Southern, or they went to Tennessee State, FAMU, North Carolina A&T, Bowie State. I mean, I can't name you all the HBCUs because honestly, I don't even know. Because I mean, I can't name you all the other institutions either. I couldn't even name you all the schools of music, and I was a music major. You know what I mean? But all these places are where they went, and they dominated. Jerry Rice, Mississippi Valley State. Huh? Excuse me? Where? What? Because that's where they had to go. And then when all of a sudden these teams were getting beat down and they're, you know, looking over at, you know, Grambling and Southern winning these championships and all these other teams, and they say, you know what? We should bring some of those boys over and have them play for our school. And that's
Jerry Rice, I'm sorry to interrupt. Jerry Rice, by that point, he didn't have to go to Mississippi Valley State. There's some kind of backstory, and I don't remember, grades, whatever the situation.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, the early 80s.
Look, I mean, still,
it was totally integrated at that point.
Well, I mean,
like mid, like 65 to 68 was at the point in which.
I mean, but he still did, you know. And I don't know exactly what the reasonage is, but I mean, like, dude, I mean, if you go back, because I've read some on this, because, you know, being black, I want to know my own history. But like, I've done multiple reports and a lot of reading on affirmative action and, you know, integration. You're talking about Alan Bakke versus the Regents of the School of the University of Michigan. You're talking Brown versus the Board of Education. Yeah, schools were integrated, sure. But have you read what some of those people went through and things like that? Like, I mean, everybody wasn't going over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hell, even if you look at Friday Night Lights, I'm still going halfway through that book. You want to talk about integration and those kind of things? Like, yeah, I'm not going to get too high on my high horse and, go dive too far, but like the clear line of demarcation between prior or ancient and modern, whatever you want to call it in college football, was the decision of non-HBCUs, PWIs, whatever you want to call them, to integrate their sporting teams. What's the movie with Texas Southern basketball?
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, or when they beat Kentucky and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just football, but like, I just think it is too. Sometimes the obvious answer is the right answer, and in this case, I do believe it would be integration across the board.
Absolutely, same thing in any other sport, Major League Baseball, the NFL,
yep,
the NBA, certainly
yep.
more so than any other sport. It's not even close. That's what it is. Not, I just love people. All of our reference otherwise is just attached to how old we are. And at what point, obviously every year is just a minor, small progression or evolution of talent, of scheme, of coaching techniques, of all those things that you can't say, boom, 1980, except for, because then.
Look, I'm not even a historical scholar. I have a couple friends who are very big into those kind of things. However, if your perception is based upon only things that you have seen, then I urge you to read more. Everybody didn't read their Shakespeare in school. Maybe you should have. Maybe you didn't read your Invisible Man, your Ralph Ellison. Maybe you didn't read your Black Boy, Richard Wright. Maybe you didn't do these other kind of things. But, books have been around for a long, long time. And there's a lot of knowledge in there. And I would just urge you to maybe expand your horizons and read a little something. Maybe.
Absolutely. None of us read enough anymore, or very few of us, I should say. I'm not going to exclude everyone. Most of us do probably more reading, but it's about 3 words at a time on a phone. That's the extent of our reading now, and it's the same words over and over and over in very short spurts. Twitter, etc. Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, talking Miami, talking anything on the college football landscape with Cam Underwood from State of the U, who often shows us that in addition to just Miami, can go to other subjects that are more weighty than just the 2019 Miami football team. But that's where we are right now. And
there's layers to the onion, man.
Yeah.
I'm a dynamic person. There's more than just sports over here. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm here for sports, so we can talk about sports.